All right. Well, look, having talked about Inch Bonnie and the hydro and had a very interesting conversation at 8:30 this morning with our friend, the policy analyst from the AA, talking about petrol prices. Perfect time to talk to our next guest. And look, it's a story after field days. I always look at field days. I didn't get up this year to field days, but you look at what the trends are and what people are talking about. And one of the emerging things, though, I think we're over the hysteria, perhaps, of man-made climate change, which doesn't mean, as our mate from the AA said, that more sustainable, less impactful forms of energy are still damn important for the planet and for all of us. And I'm interested in an outfit called Farmlands Flex, which is all about farmers. And often I think farms are little compounds, little ecosystems in themselves that use or can use a lot of energy. And farmers are actually very innovative people. So Farmlands Flex is an interesting kind of company. And I thought we'd talk to their principal, Andrew Pegler, this morning about exactly what it is they do and how they are different when we talk about energy profiles and the sort of energy we use. Andrew, welcome. Nice to see you. Welcome to the platform. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us this morning.
Oh, hey, thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
All right. So what is Farmlands Flex? What are you guys all about?
Essentially, we are looking at putting microgrids into farm behind the meter and turning that into a trading desk. So you talked about climate and you talked about doing the right thing for sustainability, but this is actually around financial sustainability. Our farmers are at the edge of the grid and they constantly are the ones paying more for the energy than anyone else. And the energy bills are something that I think if you speak to farmers and growers, they never used to worry about, but today they actually have sort of in the top 3 or 4 costs of their line items on farm. So we're looking at helping put a generation source, whether it's solar or wind or water, and battery and storage in to then help them save money on site, but then start trading into this energy spot market.
Because this has kind of been available for a while. You know, you put the solar panels on your roof, you have a two-way meter, and you sell your excess solar energy into the power company, and supposedly over quite some period of time you're saving on the deal. I guess your average farm has probably got more potential energy generation given the area of land and their natural resource than simply the idea of, you know, how big is my roof? How many solar panels can I get on my roof? There's quite a lot of potential there for energy production on your average farm property.
Yeah, there is. And you're right. This isn't bleeding edge. This is kind of leading edge technology with the software stack sitting in the middle, taking care of those decisions on when to export. So we call it normal solar. You basically generate, you use what you can, and then that it gets exported to the grid at whenever the inverter just has too much. What we do is that we take and make those decisions on when to export versus when to use. So the spot market's like any sort of, I guess, a financial market. It goes up and down, and the software helps monetize when to export, or we can get you a really good fixed rate. So it's a trading desk versus, I guess, a managed trading desk.
So this is like a dynamic form of what we would traditionally think. And you guys are saying, let us manage how you interact with the power company, and we will maximize your financial return on the self-generated energy.
Absolutely.
Wow. And you do that. That's like just crunching numbers and computer power and, I don't know, algorithm, you know, way beyond my price, beyond my
algorithms and some smart people sitting in the background.
Yeah. Okay. So are you looking then to find people and farms, agricultural businesses that are already producing power? Or are you saying, here's some ways you can produce power and then manage it? Or are you going into places saying you're already making lots of power, you could make more money out of what you're doing now by getting into our system?
We're doing both. So Farmlands Flex will supply the solar, the batteries, and the software stack, install it and get you up and running from start to finish. Or if you've started the journey, we've got a product called GetFlex where we come along and we just add the software to the bit that you've already got. So it really is an option for everyone. And to your point previously, farms are great because they just have that little bit of extra space, whether it's on the roof of their sheds or unusable farming land, that makes this, not a 5 kilowatt system. These are 50, 60, 70, 100 kilowatt systems. So it actually makes a sizable difference to both the farm, but also the New Zealand energy grid.
Okay. What arrangements have you got with the power companies, the energy companies? And have you had to enter into special relationships with them to make this work?
We deal with all the energy companies because our customers are already with an energy company. So we try to work with the energy company they've got. If we can offer them a better deal with someone else, then we don't have a preference. We will give them options and we let the customer choose. Ultimately, this is a customer-owned, customer choice type system where they get all of the value. And it's really important that they don't need to be with a specific retailer. If they're with a retailer, we just work with that retailer to get them the best possible deal.
All right. You've, as you say, for various reasons, you have targeted this at farms. It would seem to me, and I don't know what the numbers are, the number of New Zealanders who've got solar panels are doing this deal with their existing company. Could you not write a program or come up with a system that also help residential people in this situation maximise or make a bit of extra off their solar panels and their deal with their current, their current swappy deal that they've got going?